Welcome, I'm TW. Who is not allowed to enter the kingdom of God? The person who is not allowed to enter the kingdom of God is the person who is corrupt, the person filled with hatred, the person filled with jealousy, the person who is spreading rumors, the person who is making mischief all the time. The quarrelsome person is not allowed to enter the kingdom of God. Only the pure in heart can enter the kingdom of God. So all those people that are filled with bitterness, vindictiveness, those are not allowed to enter the kingdom of God. Who can enter? Those that are pure in heart. That's the requirement. If you're not pure within your heart, your intentions are not pure, then you cannot enter. Where is the kingdom of God? The kingdom of God is not on the exterior. The kingdom of God is deep within you. That means if it's deep within you, then it's not a physical place. And the flesh cannot enter the kingdom of God. You gotta take off the flesh. When I say take off the flesh, you gotta become a spirit. Remember when Jesus said, "The word I speak to you are spirit, and they give life." So it's that kind of life you gotta become. So when Jesus was talking about death and life, this is what he's talking about. You becoming a spirit. That's life. The words I speak to you are life. The words I speak to you give life. The flesh count for nothing. Nothing at all. To enter into the kingdom, you gotta know where it is. If you don't know which direction to go, and you don't know what time to go, it's not when you die physically you're gonna enter the kingdom of God. No. If you don't know where it is when you were in the flesh, why you think you're gonna know where it is when you're out of the flesh? So it's when you're in the flesh, while you're here today, while you're here now, you gotta start your search to find where that place is. And this is where you gotta turn that focus that you have looking on the external world. You gotta turn that focus right back within yourself and do some self-introspection. And while you're doing that introspection, then you will see where the words within you are arising. Because if he said, "The words I speak to you are spirit," that means every words that coming into you are spirit. And in the word that embodied that spirit. So sometimes it's a good spirit, sometimes it's a bad spirit. But the energy that's within that word, that what give the life to you and me. For example, the energy that comes in that word for you to be a lawyer, a doctor, whatsoever your profession is. That energy within that word move you, embodied you, for you to go and accomplish what you got to accomplish to get the surfeit ticket to become that. You got to do the studying. You got to spend the time. You got to spend your money. You got to spend that energy. That word with its energy embody you. And when that move you, then you go in the direction of that word, the energy of that word, the spirit of that word. So to enter the kingdom of God, you got to know where this is. You got to know where this place is. If you don't know where this place is deep within you, then how are you going to enter it? Can you enter the kingdom of God while living in the flesh? Or can you be deified while living in the flesh? The answer to that question is yes. You can enter the kingdom of God while living in the flesh. But you got to disregard the flesh. You got to become a spirit while living in the flesh, just like Jesus did. While he was living in the flesh, he became a spirit. He became one with the Father. He become one with his maker. He become one with the energy that create the universe. That's why he could speak from that place. And once you dig deep into yourself and you can see and recognize the place he was speaking from, then you're living in that place. That place is a spiritual place. It's a mental place. And that's why you got to lose the flesh. That's why he said to enter the kingdom of God, you got to be born again. That means you got to take off all that old external thing that you've been going through your life with. You got to be born again in spirit, not the physical thing. You are never too old to renew yourself mentally, spiritually, because the older you get, the more wiser you should become. And if you should look at your past and look at the decisions that you make and the result that they give you, then you have accumulated a lot of experience in that field, if you are aware and you can look at it and see it. And then you will recognize that if you enter into this space, this mental space within you, then things will change completely for you. You will recognize that there's a big difference when you enter the kingdom of God, the spiritual world. When you enter there, then everything changes for you, because you will see the movement of all that affecting you, that affecting the universe itself. You will see that power at play, because at that point you become a part of that power. And that's what Jesus see, and that's what the Buddha see, and that's what Thoth see, or Horus see, all these Egyptian gods, and that's what Lao Tzu see, the Chinese philosopher. Probably I pronounced his name wrong, but you have the idea who I'm talking about. If you've been through all those philosophy, you can see the similarity in between and what they're talking about. So the kingdom of God, who can enter it? Is those who come to know themselves and have get rid of the physical part, they realize they're not the physical flesh itself. They realize that they're something totally different from the physical structure that they are in. And the only way you can come to that realization is turning your focus deep within yourself and seeing where the energy that is moving you, the thoughts that are moving you, are arising from, where they're coming from. Once you can turn your focus within yourself and see these things, then you will realize that there's a whole different world deep within yourself. There's a whole different universe within yourself to discover. And this is what it means to be born again. Born of the Spirit, born of the water, which is right through the universe. Not the kind of water, the physical water that you're talking about, but the flow of that energy. It's right across the universe. And if you get inside this space and recognize this place, then this is where the kingdom of God is. There's nothing beyond this. You can go deeper and deeper as you develop within this space. Once you turn your focus on the inside and discover this place, you can go deeper and expand yourself. That little flame, that flicker with you turning your focus on the internal and lit that little flame within you, and that little flame become you. It grows into a big flame, where out of that flame that you grow within you, you can light other flames. You can put a little spark in another person's heart, and that little spark can become a star, become the sun that shine like the sun in the sky itself, giving light, giving clarity to the human race on a different level. To dive within yourself, to enter this space, to enter the kingdom of where God is. Because remember, God is a spirit, and those who worship God must worship God in spirit. And the only way you can know God is by you becoming a spirit yourself. And then you will see the effect and feel the effect. Because whether you know it or not, you think you're the physical body, but you're not the physical body. Because if you cut off a finger, you're still okay. You cut off a arm, you're still okay. You lose your legs, you're still okay. So you are nothing physical. There's something else buried deep within you. That thing within you that see, that thing within you that know, that thing within you that hear and feel the emotions that arise in you, whether it's joy or whether it's hatred, jealousy, or whatsoever it is. That thing within you, that thing that can focus on the external, that thing that can focus on the internal. You are that thing. You are not the flesh. And when you become that thing that can see everything that's happening and feel at the same time, then you become the spirit. And that spirit, only that spirit, can enter the kingdom of God. And that is it right there. When you become that, then the flesh itself is of no more important. The flesh itself count for nothing. You will realize what that saying mean exactly. That the flesh is not important. It's carrying you through this time and space. You're in a physical body, but once you know yourself, then you can realize you can travel back and forth and exit when you want to and be in places that you want to be mentally, because it's when you start turning your focus back within yourself and start developing that skill within yourself, start developing that awareness, and then you start seeing the little tiny details of the movement within yourself. Then you realize you can move from places to places within the imagination, and you will find the truth. True knowledge only exists in this place. The knowledge that's written within the books, that's teach within the high institution of the world, is coming from this place. Everything that man creates is coming from this place. So only when you know yourself, you can take full advantage. When you know yourself and cut out all the corruption within you. Because when you know yourself, you will realize this, that there are certain things that are not of any value to keep within you. Hatred is one of them. Because hatred is a toxic kind of energy. And you, once you realize who you are, you won't spend your time. Hatred itself just run away from you. Put it that way. It cannot enter. It take flight. Jealousy take flight. Because the minute these things enter you and they realize what they are dealing with within you, they can't take any root. They can't. There's nothing. This soil is too fertile. They need a corrupt soil to plant themselves in. And when you are fully aware, the minute that bounce or even touch your skin, it's like touching your clothes. You know what it is. And it cannot. Because you know what it brings. It comes to suck your energy. It's not coming to do anything productive in you. You deny it entrance. And this is what happens when you are living in the flesh and living in the spirit and living in the kingdom of God. You see, we call it the kingdom of God in Christianity. But actually in other cultures, they call it full awareness, they call it silence, they call it emptiness. There's a lot of different names given to this space within you. The Egyptian have a totally different name for this. And if you go through the Egyptian literature, you will hear they like begging to have the eyes of Horus and what they're gonna do with the eyes of Horus and what it means to them. So it's entering into yourself and realizing what you are, which give you a clearer vision within yourself. It develops a different kind of vision within you, a different kind of eyes within you, internal eyes, which is your own eyes looking within yourself, turning that vision around and inspecting what's happening within you and becoming master of your own domain, master of your own mental affair, and you producing and developing that within you, the light itself within you. Let it become from a spark into a flame, to send spark into your fellow man, to set the fire within them so they can find the light and use the light and benefit themselves and the rest of mankind. To enter the kingdom of God, you gotta know yourself. You gotta find yourself. And the only people who can enter the kingdom of God are those people who know what they are those people who become a spirit, who become like Jesus Christ, who become like the Buddha, who become like Horus, the people who get to know themselves inside out and know what they are. Those are the people who can enter the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is not a physical place. It's a mental place. It's a spiritual place. So to enter the kingdom of God, you got to know where it is. And the kingdom of God is deep within you. And to enter deep within yourself, you got to be born again, as Jesus said. You got to renew yourself. You got to become a spirit. You got to be born again, born of the Spirit, to enter the kingdom of God. Remember to bring some clarity and some awareness into your creative space. 10 to 12 deep breaths can get you started. Like, subscribe, and blessing be with you always. And thanks for dropping by. I need your help to grow this channel so a lot more people can get some relief and understand what's happening within them and find some freedom. Thank you. Blessing be with you. Peace.